Click the first link in the description for the best Askreddit content. Today I fucked up by avoiding the news and offending an entire college. For starters, I've been avoiding reading the news recently for my mental health. I don't completely bury my head in the sand, but lately I've been super anxious and overwhelmed, so I thought checking out for a little while would help me decompress. I'm the editor for the College of Agriculture newsletter at a large university. I collect submissions and compile them in a weekly student newsletter which goes out to 3,000 plus people. Recently my boss asked me to include some agriculture-related puns and jokes each week just to lighten the mood. I decided to go with memes, because memes are the voice of our generation, obviously. So a few weeks ago, I googled a few memes related to agriculture. Let me tell you, agriculture doesn't inspire very many funny memes. But I managed to find a handful to use for the first few weeks of school and didn't think anything else of it. Today, I cycled in one of those memes. If you're an internet user, you've likely seen the one I'm talking about. It made me laugh years ago when I first saw it, so I thought the college-aged students would think it's funny too. I add the meme and finish all the other editing this morning, and shoot the newsletter out. Within about an hour, I get a couple messages. My coworker is like, "Hey, do you realize this could be interpreted as offensive because of the fires out west?" I've gotten a couple emails. And not shortly after, my boss, the head of our department, emails me, telling me to not include any memes or jokes going forward, as she has received several messages indicating that this joke isn't going over well. My dumbass suddenly had this vague memory of my partner mentioning fires, and I recalled seeing a couple random red-colored photos on social media, but I hadn't put it together until now. The whole west coast of USA is in the midst of a devastating fire, and I made a joke about a farm burning to the ground in an agriculture newsletter to over 3,000 people. I feel totally awful for being so thoroughly ignorant and careless, and hoping my boss doesn't remember this when annual performance reviews come around. TL, Doctor, I put a meme about a farm burning down in a newsletter to 3,000 plus people, not realizing the entire US West Coast is pretty much on fire right now. You edit the newsletter? I usually do, but as I said, I have recently, like literally the last 2 weeks, checked out due to anxiety. Also, our newsletter is strictly club callouts and events. Oof, I feel you. I manage some social media and am on constant lookout for needing to remove something scheduled. It happens to the best of us. Can you slide a quick apology into the next edition? It sure can't hurt. A genuine sorry fixes all kind of fuck-ups. I mean, they're the assholes living in an area that should all but be a desert by now. But hey, you're an asshole for posting a meme and being insensitive now. /s. Today I fucked up by trying to be sexy in a movie theater. Posting on a phone, so please forgive my barbaric nature. Also, this story is not for the easily disturbed, and yes, I had her consent to post this on the day of reckoning. A little warning, this actually happened a couple weeks ago, but it's still pretty fresh on my mind and it's pretty gross. Anyways, this happened around the time movie theaters in my area started to open up again. They still had major rules and regulations, but it was still great to feel semi-normal in a dark room with really good AC. I really missed that feeling of watching a movie on the silver screen, longing for some sense of normalcy in these fucked up times. So I asked my ex-girlfriend if she wanted to go. She's not too freaked out about the Rona, so I figured it'd be a fun date night. I wasn't wrong, but I was foolish to believe nothing bad would happen. So to note, we were very openly sexual people. Nothing was really off limits. We're young, so we were really experimental. Cut to a while back, I had confided in her about a certain kink I had. Nothing too wild, I just always had a thought of what if I got blown in an empty movie theater. I could enjoy a good ass movie while getting good ass head. It's a win-win, right? Well, it would have been if she had a good gag reel fix. Here's how this shit went down. We walk into the movies, no one is in sight, the cashiers hand us our tickets unbeknownst to them of what will be coming, and it wasn't me. We sit all the way in the back and recline our seats and actually enjoy talking while watching the movie. It was a really good wholesome date, that is until horny us had the dumbest fucking idea to have sexy times and act out what was once my biggest fantasy. I look over at this bow today, I fucked up a specimen and give the smoothest hey of my life, hand over the shoulder and everything. She picks up what I'm putting down, I my dick, and no lie that shits was hot. I don't know if it was the dark room that vaguely smelled of old popcorn or the sticky soda stained seats matched with the sheer loudness of the horror movie playing, and yes, I thank God every day she didn't bite down on the scary bits while at the same time cursing myself for what happened next. We start getting it on, everything was going smoothly to the point that I'm thinking we're gonna end up fucking from how much we were into it, so it's safe to say I may have forgotten to be gentle. She starts to go harder and in my dumb fucking head figured, oh shit, cool, she can actually take me now, and without warning she starts to really go deep. Fair warning to all, if you're attempting sexy times in a movie theater with your kinky GF, make sure she has a good gag reflex and doesn't eat nacho seasoned popcorn beforehand, because yup, she threw up on me. Now this wasn't no exorcism spew, but it was still a fair amount of undigested popcorn and soda mixed with a dying kink and the sudden feeling of never wanting to be in the sexy times again. So there I was, pants down with blue balls and thrown up popcorn on my lap. Suffice to say, sexy times were over. We cleaned up what little she left on the floor and me, washed ourselves in the thankfully empty bathrooms and headed back to our movie with not an inkling as to how to move forward. And in one of my not so bright moments of my life, I let out a snicker. I felt bad, but it was legit one of the funniest things I've had to sit through. Literally. Thank Odin she felt the same way, and we started joking about how popcorn and pre-cum don't mix well together. Weirdly, I've never felt more comfortable with a person than I did right there. So we finished the movie, got some food because someone was hungry, and headed home to wallow in the shower. Now I know some people may think her reenacting The Exorcist while going down on me, or just going to the movies while Rona is fucking shit up everywhere, was the worst part, but no, you'd all be wrong. It would be the fact that I recorded all of it. TL, Dr. Sexy Times at the El Royale turned into a Family Guy skit. Soda mixed with a dying kink. This made me chuckle. Glad you both have a good sense of humor. Lamau, yeah, the way she described her thought process during the witching hour always left me in tears. I'm starting to question life. Only just now? Today I fucked up by accidentally unmuting myself and cursing out my lecturer. Sorry for the formatting, first time posting and I'm on phone. So it happened like 20 minutes ago. After my presentation, I proceeded to zone off and decided to play some games on my phone while time passes. So I was playing with my friend and my lecturer dragged on for almost an hour. Her sharing was good, but I couldn't be bothered. I was engrossed in the game and was doing what I usually do, calling out enemies, playing objectives. Also, I plugged in my earpiece to my laptop and was using my AirPods to play the game. I would occasionally take out one side and listen to my lecturer talk in case she calls me, then take it out after some time. Here's where FU starts. In my infinite wisdom, I decided to rest my hand on my laptop. After a while I started to get frustrated because my game was lagging and my lecturer was still going on and on. Like I mentioned, my hands were on my laptop and somehow pressed the space bar and unmuted myself. Also coincidentally, I had both my AirPods in and didn't notice that I had unmuted myself. I then proceeded to curse her out for 1 to 2 minutes for going on for so long and not ending the class, then bitch about my shitty ping in game to my friend. Did I mention that my cam was on? So yeah, she saw my facial expression and I was looking directly at the cam while cursing her out. It didn't help that my dumbass was still mumbling to myself and talking to my roommate. I only found out after my friend called me and my other roommate came down to tell me. My face was like Velp. I'm super fucked. When I looked at my WhatsApp chat, my GF and class group was spamming me to mute myself and shut up. Furthermore, Everyone was shouting my name for the whole rant. So from what I heard, she could have muted me but didn't, and after she heard me curse her out she muted me and proceeded to lecture the whole class about how she understands that some people may not like her sharing her knowledge and the research she compiled. She then proceeded to question the class whether they wanted her to continue. I was also told she was super disappointed. So after that I stopped playing my game and was contemplating whether I should just shoot myself to avoid it. I felt so bad that I didn't know what to do and just sat there listening to share what she had compiled together. For the next 30 minutes I waited for her to finish so I could apologize, and my heart was beating hard AF while waiting. When she opened up her Q&A session, I awkwardly apologized to her and the class for cursing her out and disrupting the class. In my head, I was thinking, is this how I fail a module and delay my graduation? How am I going to tell my parents I failed a module because I cursed my lecturer and was playing games while she shared? I was already ready to receive a huge ass can of butt whoop from my lecturer. Surprisingly, my lecturer said it was okay and she understands my frustration and tells me when I should focus. Even though she said it was okay, my guts tells me I'm fucked and I feel like I'm going to get lectured by my mentor. Also, did I mention it was my last module for the semester? Whelps. TL, doctor, accidentally unmuted myself and cursed my lecturer, then lecturer nagged at the whole class and is now disappointed with me. This is probably one of the worst fuck-ups I've read in a while. At least the teacher understands though. Here, take my free award. Thanks for the reward, man. Flexed biceps.